Being the strong one is noble until it is lonely, until it is heavy, until it costs you your joy, your softness, and true connection. Sis, this is your permission slip. You do not have to carry it all. Let's talk about it on today's episode. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Secret Formula of Femininity for women who want to live a more feminine, fun, and fabulous life. I'm Dr. Nicole Montero, your host on this weekly journey to unlocking your inner radiance, nurturing fulfilling relationships, and becoming the best version of yourself. Hey, beautiful ones, and welcome back to the Secret Formula of Femininity. I am your host, Dr. Nicole, psychologist, coach, and your big sis in all things femininity, softness, and soul level healing. If you are new here, welcome to this space where we challenge the myth that women have to do it all, be it all, and never fall apart. And if you have been rocking with me since day one, you already know we do not do burnout here. We do bliss. We're deep into season 2. It's been 1 year. And again, I thank you for being along for the journey. So today's episode is a powerful one. You do not have to be the strong one all the time. I hear it from women over and over. I can't let go. I'm the strong one. People depend on me. Well, let's dig into why this is a myth and what you can do to change the narrative for yourself. So let me start with a story. This was about a year ago. I was working with a coaching client. I'm going to just call her Tasha. She was a powerhouse as usual, high earner. She was raising 2 kids and she was the go-to person for her whole family. She had a large extended family. She was a big sister, so she was an oldest sister, and they carry a certain type of mental burden for the family. From the outside, though, she was goals. Everybody was like, Auntie Tasha, she's the rich auntie. She's the one that has it going on. But during one of our sessions, she broke down in tears and she whispered something I will never forget. She was like, I just want someone to take care of me the way I take care of everyone else. That moment hit me hard. It was one of those moments where you just pause because I knew it. I understood it deep in my bones. I have felt that same type of exhaustion before. The exhaustion of being the strong one, the rock, the one that everyone depends on, the backbone, and the one who cannot afford to fall apart because everybody from the top to the bottom is looking for you to carry them. You're the competent one. You're the one that has the answers. But here's the truth. Strength is very beautiful, but so is softness, and they can coexist. We're digging deep into this theme of how to really live out your softness. And the first step is really understanding what it does to you to always be the strong one. So let's break it down. There's something called the strong one syndrome. It can be called the superwoman syndrome, the strong black woman. I like to just call it the strong one syndrome. It's when you have internalized the belief that you must always be composed, capable, and unbothered. This is something that a lot of Gen X and millennial women carry, but it's passed down through generations. This idea that to be competent and to be responsible, you have to always come across as not needing help. It's deeply tied to survival, especially for Black women and women of color who were taught that vulnerability was dangerous. Not only was it a weakness, but it could get you hurt. It was very dangerous. It put you in dangerous situations. But the research says something very different. According to a 2022 research report by the American Psychological Association, women who suppress vulnerability to maintain a strong image are more likely to experience high levels of cortisol, chronic stress, and even cardiovascular issues. Now, I don't need to tell you how all of these things disproportionately affect Black women. Black women are more likely to experience heart attacks at a younger age and other cardiovascular issues, including stroke. Black women often feel like they are living under chronic stress. And even though you might hear the saying, Black don't crack on the outside, on the inside, we are sometimes aging way beyond our years. And it's coming out in certain disorders, prediabetes, obesity, eating issues, other emotional stress. And those high cortisol levels, they are working against everything that you might be trying to do to look and feel good. It creates that extra weight around your tummy area, around your belly area, too much visceral fat, what they call fat around your organs. It disrupts your sleep, your mood. It is overall a stress hormone that we are not supposed to have high levels of at all times. It's supposed to just be there when we need it. But when we are masking our vulnerability with strength all the time, we are actually cracking on the inside. Emotional suppression doesn't make you strong, it makes you tired, and it literally makes you sick. So, if true strength isn't the ability to carry it all, what is it? It's actually the courage to put some of it down, to know what you can carry, know when you can carry, and know when you need to put it down. It's the softness to say, I need help. I need you. I can't do it all. I need a moment. It's really tapping into what you need. And it's the discernment to rest without guilt, without waiting until you are in a state of complete exhaustion and breakdown. It's also knowing that God did not design you to be a martyr in your own life. You were given certain gifts and skills and the ability to help others, but that doesn't mean that they can't help to carry you and that you have to always be in a place of self sacrifice. In my book, The Boundaries to Bliss Blueprint, I talk about the importance of emotional safety, how softness isn't a weakness, but a strategy. It helps you to create a space for vulnerability, to feel emotionally safe, and to not have to hold in and suppress your emotions. It creates a space for intimacy, partnership, and peace. And ladies, isn't that what we're saying we want? Yes, you hear everyone talking about a high value man, a high value partner, but what we really want is emotional protection, emotional safety, emotional connection, and emotional intimacy. So, how can you, the high achiever, the pillar of the family, the superstar of the family, how can you learn to stop being the strong one 24/7 and still feel safe, grounded, and powerful? You have to start with micro surrenders. I love all things micro because it gives you a place to start without being overwhelmed and to build from there. You can start with micro surrenders such as saying no without explanation, asking for help, even if it's really small, something that you potentially could do on your own, but it would be nice to start training others around you to pitch in and help. You can let somebody else plan the trip, carry the groceries, solve the problem, right? If you don't have anyone around you, order your groceries, have them delivered. If there's a girls' trip or a family trip coming up and they know that you're the organized one, step back from that. Lean into your damsel phase where you just can't do it and others will inevitably step up. Let them solve the problem that a lot of times people are coming to you for when they're just not using their own mental capacity. They're so used to leaning on you that they have literally gotten mentally lazy. Let them do it. You also have to learn to embrace your support system. You do not need 100 people. You just need 1 to 3 safe ones. If you can have 2 to 3, that's great. If you don't have that many, start with one. Who do you feel safe with? Who can see the real you, the tired you, the one who cries, the one who doesn't have it all together, the one who wants to take off the mask? They get to see the soft you, and the more you let them see it, the safer and more comfortable you'll feel being vulnerable. Make sacred rest a non negotiable in your life. Let's face it, we have got to stop skimping on sleep. We have got to stop pushing through until we are so exhausted that we either get sick, our immune system goes down, or we are so mentally foggy and brain dead that we can't even think anymore. Remember, rest is not a reward for hard work. It's a requirement for your body, your mind, your whole system to function. You have to protect your peace like it's your paycheck. You're not going to let anybody come take your paycheck, are you? You are going to fight for that thing. Well, you have to think of your rest in the same way. Your sleep is part of your rest, right? So you need to think about how can you get regular, consistent, good sleep. I use a smartwatch to track my sleep patterns so I can know and see, monitor what's going on in my life to see how it is affecting my sleep. But it's also your rest, your willingness to sit back, put your feet up, drink a nice beverage, a cup of tea, a nice glass of iced tea, watch your favorite show, read your favorite book, or just sit and smell the roses. You deserve that. And that is what sacred rest is all about. Number 4 is practice soft boundaries. Boundaries, as you're stepping into your femininity, are going to take all types of shapes and forms. Remember, boundaries aren't walls, they're invitations to intimacy, to clarity, and connection. So your no can be loving and your yes can be really full. You're inviting people to where you want them in your life and how you all can have a mutual, reciprocal, healthy connection. So that means when it works for you and it works for them, say yes with fullness and enthusiasm. And when it's not going to work for you and it doesn't add to the connection or the clarity or the intimacy in your life, you can gently just say no without explanation, but without resentment, harshness, and anger. So if you start practicing those 4 things, those micro surrenders, embracing your support system, allowing sacred rest into your life, and practicing soft boundaries, you will be on your way to shedding the strong one persona, taking off the cape, and being less of a superhero and more of just a regular, soft, feminine, human woman that you are deep down inside. So let's move into some community questions that I have received from my audience on Instagram and inside my inner circle. So question number 1 is, Dr. Nicole, I feel guilty when I'm not doing. How do I rest without feeling lazy? That's a mindset thing that so many women have been ingrained with. They grew up without ever having a moment where they just got to do nothing. That guilt comes from conditioning, not truth. Rest is an act of trust. You're trusting God, you're trusting others, and you are ultimately trusting yourself. Productivity and always being on and proving that you can do it is not equal to worthiness. You have to say to yourself, I am not worthy because I am productive. I am worthy because I am. It's really undoing all of the conditioning that told you you had to work for love, validation, and worth. So, question number 2 is, what if I'm the only dependable person in my circle? All right, sis, let's get real. If you are the only dependable one in your circle, it is really time to start building a new circle, or at least reshuffling the deck of the ones that you have now, or at least reshuffling the deck of the circle that you're in now. You cannot thrive in relationships that only take from you. Reciprocity is a form of love. So if you're the only dependable one, if you're constantly the smartest one, the teacher, the one that's the wisest one in your group, you need to start branching out and getting new people to associate with, new groups to be around. It doesn't mean all of a sudden you drop everybody in your life and you have new best friends, but it's probably a sign to start branching out where you get to be around people who you can learn from, who can give to you versus those that are constantly taking. Question 3 is, how can I let a man lead when I've had to do it all along for so long? This is a question I get almost daily when I talk to women. It's a process. You really have to understand that. But it starts with trust, not just in him. We put too much of the focus on him. What is he doing? That's part of it. But it's really trusting your own discernment, your own judgment. You don't drop your guard for just anyone and just have no boundaries and just give all of your energy and the best of you to any old body. You choose someone worthy, and then you practice relaxing into love. And if you find that the person that you thought you could trust is not the one, then you reevaluate and you take a step back. You don't have to keep going with someone that is not trustworthy, but you also don't have to be so guarded because you trust in your own judgment and your ability to discern who's worthy of it and who's not. So, to every woman listening, I want you to know you do not have to be the strong one all the time. If no one else has told you, I am telling you, Dr. Nicole is telling you, you do not have to be the strong one. You can be soft and smart. You can be tender and triumphant. You can be taken care of and still in control of yourself. Your softness is not a liability, it's your luxury, and it's time to start living that way. When you are constantly giving and being the strongest one in the room, you're depriving yourself of the luxury to relax, fall back, and be taken care of, and experience the best of life and the best of yourself. If today's episode spoke to you and touched you, I want you to do a few things for me. This is my ask. Leave a review on Apple or Spotify. Tell me what resonated most. Share this episode with one strong woman that you love, someone who needs the reminder that she does not have to carry it all. Make sure you go to the link in the notes and grab a copy of my book, The Boundaries to Bliss Blueprint, for women who are finally ready to win at love. It's filled with more tools to help you shift out of survival mode and into softness and thriving mode. And join us inside the Boundaries to Bliss Society, my private coaching community where we live this truth out loud together. Until next time, stay soft, stay sovereign, and stay grounded in your feminine power. I love you, I see you, and I'll talk to you soon. I'm Dr. Nicole.